Welcome back to U.S. Farm Report from Commodity Classic here. Chip was on their roundtables, but now we're catching up with him at the trade show floor because, Chip, you've had a lot of different conversations here at Commodity Classic this week. A lot of talk about renewable fuels, a lot of talk about ethanol. But in a lot of these conversations, there's one state that, in particular, that keeps popping up, and that's California.
What could that be?
And that's California. Why?
Oh, well, it's just such a huge market, and all the carb opportunities that have been offered to biofuels. You look at the renewable diesel efforts that are going on there, and they recently allowed or made legal the sale of E15. We're not selling E15 in the state yet because of a really weird barrier that is still in place. I asked Robert White from the Renewable Fuels Association about it. Here's what he had to say.
It's even hard to explain. Stage 2 vapor recovery. Yep. This is the boot that goes on the nozzle where the system is to collect the vapors that are that come off of the nozzle when you're fueling. The problem is that ever since the late 90s, our vehicles do that for us. It's called onboard vapor recovery. It goes into a carbon canister. The vehicles consume that, and every vehicle that's approved for E15 has that technology. Yep. And it's the reason why all 49 other states got rid of stage 2.
Right.
So here we are with the fire marshal, and there are no stage 2 vapor recovery systems approved for E15 because guess what? There's no reason to have it for E15. So we have the legislature, we have the governor's office, we have CARB, we have Weights and Measures, we have the Water Board, we have Cal OSHA, we have everyone else engaged saying, yes, we agree with you, except the fire marshal.
Can you believe that? It's the fire marshal. Everybody else is on board. Everybody else is on board in the state of California except for the fire marshal. That's the one last. The carbon board is ready to go. Just need to get that fire marshal. Now, one of the reasons this is really important is because of the infrastructure that is already in place out in California. Many of the filling stations are newer. They're ready to go. They're fired up. When they make E15 available out in California, it's going to be the default fuel because of the cost and what the retailers are going to do. California on its own can move the needle on the blend rate. It's another 400 million bushels of corn demand coming our way.
One definitely to watch.
It is.
You've also been talking about E15 though nationwide.
Yeah, right.
Any indication that this is any closer to actually crossing the finish line? We were so close at the end of last year. I know we were talking about at the end of last year, we were talking about E15 this time last year at Commodity Classic. But what is the word on the street right now when it comes to this push to get it in over the finish line?
Zippy Duvall from AFBF, president, was with us down here. We had a conversation. He said that he's never been more optimistic than what he is right now. I think when the last CR was going through, he probably would have said, I've never been more optimistic than what I am right now. But we're building on it. We're getting closer. Standalone is still a very heavy lift. It's got to have a vehicle to ride to get to full passage.
All right, well, like I said, Chip's had a lot of great shows this week. You can catch him twice a day for AgriTalk AM as well as AgriTalk PM. Well, it's a remarkable story of conservation. So much so, they received a national recognition here at Commodity Classic this week. We have that story right after the break.